time.
Uh, yeah.
That could be part of the disconnect that he's having, was that there was some times where I felt that you weren't there for me. And instead of saying, oh, you was with your grandma, you have to say, son, I apologize, but this is what I was trying to do. And in my mind, that was the right thing to do. Was it the right thing to do for you? No, but I had to make sure that you ate, that you was fed, that you was this, that you was that. And that's what I thought I was doing. I didn't mean to leave you.
If he okay, I understand that he feel abandoned,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get it now.
and maybe
Yeah,
we do need to sit down and have a conversation without me talking so aggressive, and he think I'm coming at him aggressive.
exactly.
And
That's
they'll be
something
on
we
the
gonna have to
internet.
do.
Exactly. And you need to sit down and you need to let him tell
I
you
have
Vent.
no problem with
Let
correcting
him
my
vent.
as
wrongs.
bad as it's gonna hurt, as bad as you gonna feel,
You're gonna feel
as
so much
whatever,
better
those are his
once you get it
feelings.
out.
And you gonna have to take it.
And then maybe he felt like that when I was down in the hospital too. So that could be
Of
a trigger
Yeah,
too.
course.
Because
yeah.
he already got a wall built up. If anything happened to me, he just not gonna have that feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Because
And
and
that's
so
probably
Yolanda,
what scared
because
him.
from you said from 11 to a certain age you was out in the streets, and then when was you in the hospital? From what
I was
age
in
to
the
what
hospital
age?
in 2018. Almost died in 2018.
How old was
But
Julian?
from
Julian
2018.
Julian was 17 because he was his last year in senior. Yeah, he was
Mm.
17.
So
So
let
it was
me
a
ask
No,
you a
year.
he
question
just
because I heard
graduated. Julian had just
it didn't.
graduated from high school.
So
He had just
earlier,
graduated that May, and I went in the hospital on
What's that?
Kira's 20th birthday. That's what happened.
so what happened for you to go into the hospital? Was it because of your lifestyle, or was it just regular health conditions that put you in the hospital?
Um, they said I had. They said I had too much fluid on me. I wasn't feeling good that weekend because it was hot, and I was having the complications in breathing. I did not know that I had. I was actually in. I was anemic. I was chewing a lot of
Mm-hmm.
ice. I was chewing ice
Mm-hmm.
every day. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't eating. I was just chewing ice. So they said I had a lot of fluid on my lungs. And when I got there, I gave them the information, and I was
Mm-hmm.
tired because I had been running around from the fourth, everybody birthday parties, then getting ready for Kira's. And I went to sleep, and I guess they forgot that I had sleep apnea. So they couldn't give me the response. So they coded me blue. And when they coded me blue, they was putting the respiratory thing down my throat. And as they was doing that,
Mm-hmm.
they kept
They
making my
intubated
lungs
you.
dry. Yeah, they
Yeah.
kept making my lungs drop, and they had to resuscitate me. And when they did that, it finally got the thing down. I
Resuscitate.
had slipped into a coma.
Yeah, so she
Okay.
both
So
they
you had fluid on your lungs. Okay. And then,
Yeah, that's what they said.
mm, okay.
How long was you on the streets hustling?
Huh?
How long was you on the streets hustling?
How long was I what?
I thought she said
In
from
the
11
streets
to when
hustling.
he turned 15 or something. From
And
11 to
hustling. I
15.
was when I was doing that with my friend, it was like only a year, and we used to do it at nighttime. Like once I fed them dinner, we went on about our business to go handle that and come back in the morning, like 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's it. It wasn't nothing but a year. Cause she wind up passing that next year.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take that. You're gonna have to take that walk, and you're gonna have to listen to him, and it's gonna
Yeah.
hurt. I'm telling you, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt
Yeah.
bad,
What he
but
had? Yeah, I could tell what
but
he's
it
gonna
has
have to
to
say is
happen.
gonna hurt. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt because it hurt me to sit down with my children and they say that you did everything for us. You did everything for it. Like, how can I do something for myself when I expect you to do it? How can you expect me? Because I had expectations when they got older. And then when they got older, it turned into anger and frustration. Why the hell motherfuckers won't clean my house? Why the fuck you guys can't keep it? It was like, nigga, we never had to do it. How you want us to do some shit we wasn't taught to do? You
And
did
that's the
everything.
same with him. When I ask him to do something, like I could be sick and I just ask him, like, Julian, can you wash the dishes? He'd be like, I'm gonna wash mine, and I wake up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, come check and see if he washed it. No, the dishes ain't been washed, and he done brought the dishes out of his room and just piled them in the sink.
And that's when we gotta be mamas and make that hard lesson. Hey,
And
we
then I
had this
sit and
discussion.
wait
We
the whole
we had
day
this
and say, you gotta
conversation.
wash them dishes. You brought
Mm-mm.
downstairs and he never washed them, and he know I can't stand dishes in my sink.
You got to have clear communication. It's the hardest thing I had to learn is that you have to stand up and you have to take it. Like you can't say that
And
okay,
you set
I made these
boundaries with your
mistakes and now I'm not
kids,
going
like
to do
you
nothing
said.
about it because I made these mistakes.
See,
Fuck it.
y'all don't know. I
You gotta
asked him
set
first
boundaries with your
nicely.
kids.
I asked him first nicely, lady, and I was
Hmm.
go past, and they still sitting there. Then now I got an attitude because you just said you was gonna do it, but now you felt like everything else was important. Then you doing what I
But
asked
I
you to
asked you to
do,
do. Hmm.
right? And that's
Understood.
where we fall out at.
Hmm.
Cause it's not like I be aggressive. Take out the garbage. No, Julian, can you take the garbage out? Julian, can you pour the can to the curb?
Because the shit that
Garbage day
he's doing, you
tomorrow.
would the shit that he do, you would expect him to do at a young age. Because the older you get, the wiser you are.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like the
I
kids
did
are
it.
supposed to grow out of that. You know what I'm saying? Especially at a
Hmm.
Right.
teenager, that's when they grow
I
out of
made him.
that. Like, okay, you know,
He did
now
it
you
at a
can
young
start being
age. That's
cool
the
with your
thing,
kids, being
lady.
open with your kids. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more
He did
open.
it at a young age. It's just that now that he got a little coochie or whatever,
Hmm.
because my son do fuck girls too, not just guys. He fuck girls too. He confused right now.
Don't
So
worry about it.
I really didn't want that
Be
coming
right
out,
back.
but since he said it, I'm kind of fucked up. But okay. So
Hmm.
But
that's
I don't
just
think it's the
that's
coochie
something we
But
because
see,
got to
you
right
gotta
deal with
now,
with
understand
God,
too.
like I
But you gotta
told you.
wait,
understand
wait, wait.
with him
It's not
being
the
like that.
coochie.
He's
Wait, hold on. It's not the coochie that got him fucked up because he said I'm over my nigga's house. So it's
No,
the
I'm
dick that
saying
got him
this
fucked up
before
right
he
now.
right. So
even.
he not. He don't.
No,
It
this
don't
is
sound like he
before.
like women. Like
No,
it
no,
seemed like he has a
listen,
resentment
news,
towards women.
listen. Wait a minute, listen. This I'm saying this before he even experienced
Before
with a
he
man.
found
He
that
had a
way. I
girlfriend.
see what you said.
Right,
I see what you
right.
said when he first. Okay. When he first
So
got his little piece
he
of
just
peace.
felt like he didn't want to do nothing that I was telling him to do no more. Like only thing you had to do was take the
But
garbage
then
out
he
and pour the
realized
can.
that's not what he
That's
liked.
the only thing
But
you
see,
had to
he
do.
probably thought like after he got his little piece from girl, like, nah, this is not like,
I'm grown now.
I
Right.
don't like, yeah, I don't. Women, because you
And
got to
then the
understand
girl,
with him, and
one
you
of
got
the
to
girls
understand
that
him
he
being the
dated
only
in Job
boy.
Corps, one of the
But
girls
you
he
got to
dated in
understand,
Job
Sharonda.
Corps, I did not
Mhm.
know. He told me she was bisexual.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
it'd be
he
like
hang
that.
around
It'd be
his
like that.
cousin
Yeah,
Theosha,
you hang
she's
around people that's the
bisexual.
same as you. Yeah, that's how they feel comfortable being in their skin. You know what I'm saying? It's only that's what's gonna make them feel comfortable. But what I'm saying
Am
is,
I
with
embarrassed
him
at my
growing up and
son
hear
like
the
that?
nagging
A little bit. But
from
at the end
y'all,
of
he
the day,
probably like,
that's my
I don't
son.
want to deal with women. It's too much nagging.
At,
You
at
know
the
what I
end
mean?
of the day, am I embarrassed? Yes, I am. Did I tell him that's wrong? Yes. It's not in the Bible. And yeah,
But
I
why
do
are you
take shots at
embarrassed though?
him
That's your seed though. You
saying,
should never be embarrassed of your. I don't care what my kid
I'm
turn out to be.
embarrassed,
He
but
like,
I still love my son at the end of the day. But I also let him know it's wrong. He don't supposed to do that. But like I told him, you the one gonna have to deal with God when it's
but
your
did he
time.
grow up in church? Did he grow up in the Bible?
We
Because
did
again,
go to church.
if he
We
never grew
did.
up in the Bible and stuff like that, you can't expect. You know what I'm saying? You
He
can't
reads the
expect him to
Bible
know
all the
that.
time. But I don't know what Bible his daddy done gave him. Because his daddy gave him his Bible and he Allah.
So he gave him a
Yeah.
Quran, not a Bible.
Yeah, that's a whole. Yeah, see,
You're
that's
right.
it's a lot in that. It's a lot. That's a lot.
I'm King James, he Allah.
There's a
So
lot of
We was
there's a
raised to
lot of
stay.
healing.
We was raised to stay, away from them. I mean,
Hey, from the Muslim.
it be, we all worship the same God, but
y'all just don't know, and I'm being open. Y'all just don't know how many nights that I go to bed crying. Like, what did I do to my son for him to act this way? I try to get him to open up. He won't. He feel like I'm bothering him if I ask him these questions. It's a lot.
so you said so
So,
you don't even think he will even be willing to even go to therapy. Like he's not even open to not
right,
even
right,
thinking of
right,
okay.
right, right.
Okay. Yeah.
I go
See,
with
he's gonna
Kira.
have to do that on his own time when he's ready,
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
know?
it's the last time.
Because it's gonna be a time, it's gonna come a time where he's gonna have to yeah, because he's
cause
still gonna be even though he's
he
26, he's still gonna be
also
trying to figure himself out. Trust me.
He also,
It's a
this is why
process.
y'all said it, I said he was a punk. Because you know how when kids be disrespectful, our parents be like, I brought you in here and I take you out. Because I said that to him, he felt like I talking about killing him or putting wishing death on his life. So that's why I said, nigga, you a punk. Chalk that up.
I'm not
Because
going.
I've
I'm
been
not. I
told
hear
that
what
a
you're
lot.
saying, but calling a boy, calling a well, I don't know how early in
No,
the
I didn't
stages
tell
you
him
called
that.
him
I just said
as.
it to myself.
Oh, okay, okay,
I
okay,
said it to myself
And
that he a punk.
and
okay.
I
Because
Because
I
he
was
and I
gonna
felt
say,
did
like
hear
that's
I
kind of
tried to put
disrespectful to a gay,
right.
like to a
and
gay
I
boy.
did
It's kind of
hear
like
you
you a punk,
and I did hear
like
yeah, I
yeah,
thought she said it out loud to him too,
No,
but
I
since you
never
yeah.
didn't,
said it
okay.
out loud. I said
But
it in my mind once.
Okay,
Once I
I
thought
hear.
about it
but
after he told me last week that was one of the reasons why he got a problem with me. I'm like to myself, like,
I
nigga,
see
you
you,
a punk.
infamous. We see you,
You know what
infamous.
I'm
We see
saying?
you, Rose.
so
You a punk.
he
Shout
is
out to
in
the chat.
defensive mode with you. He is in defensive mode because a
Yeah.
lot of
Uh
stuff
huh.
that I hear him say, he's in defensive mode. And
Yeah.
but I did hear you and Miss Renee talking about people's parents did say my mom said that to me. I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. And I
Yeah.
never thought in my
I've heard
mind that
all
she
that.
would really
Yeah.
kill me.
I've heard
You
all
know
of
what I'm
that.
saying? I never was like, oh, she's
It
gonna
was
kill
just
me.
a threat.
So
You know what I'm saying? It is a threat to
It's
let you
just a
know,
that is
like,
saying.
what
Yeah,
nigga,
it's just a
wake
saying.
up.
parents
You know
say.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I
he
just
didn't
feel
take it
like
like that.
Can
So
I
it's
can
like
and this
certain
is
things
but
you say,
listen,
you gotta watch how you
but
say it
hold on,
because
can
we
I
hold on.
don't
ask
The
a
know if the
reason
question?
kids
why
feel
Yeah,
it
'cause they
wait,
ain't
wait,
built
wait,
a
like
wait,
that.
different
wait.
way.
Let me just let me say this to Shalana. The reason why I feel like he didn't take it that way is because of what he endured when he was young with you. So now the fact that he's seeing you growing up, he's seen you fight your mama, right? Y'all was fighting like
Yeah,
cats
because
and
she hit
dogs.
me.
And
She hit
yeah,
me
yeah,
and she was
but
fighting
let me
me
tell you
But
because
like
she
you
wanted
said,
me to
she
give
you
her money
supposed to,
for
right? That's
drugs.
your mama. She can
but
do whatever she want,
listen,
right?
No, she
listen,
was trying to take money from me to go buy drugs that I was trying to keep her off of. That's a lot of stuff that my son didn't know then. My son didn't know my mama was on
Okay,
drugs.
but let me just
My
say this
son
to
didn't
you.
know my
Let
mama
me
was
say this
trying
to
to
you though.
go across the street to smoke a rock. And this is why we arguing. He
Hold
didn't
on.
know that she was trying to bring that stuff up in my house. And then that's why we was arguing. He didn't know all that. I kept all that hidden from him, but it
Right,
was in his
right.
face, but he didn't know what it was. You see what I'm
So
saying?
I'm just trying to make a point though. Just listen to the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that he watched you and your mama fight. He didn't have to know the reason. Just leave that out right now. He watched you and
Yeah.
your mama fight growing up. Then when you had them, you used to treat them a certain way. I know you keep saying you didn't abuse them, but I can't get over popping him in the mouth like that, making his nose and mouth bleed. That's abuse. So certain little
Well, I
things
got big
that you didn't
hands.
see him,
I got big hands, and
That's
I
even
didn't know I was
worse.
that heavy handed.
but
I didn't know I was
that's
that
not the
heavy
point.
handed. I just popped him in the mouth. I didn't even look at him. I just popped him in his mouth.
So
He
that's
little,
I ask you a
so
so
question because I got a
my hand
question.
is on hit the
So
mouth and
hold
the
on, let me
nose,
just finish. Hold
and
on.
I
So
was
that's not
wrong.
the point
I
that's
apologize
not the
then,
point I'm trying to make.
and
So
that was
what
the
I'm
last
saying
time
is
I even put my hands on him.
uh, okay, so this is from him seeing that type of abuse with you and your mama, going through what he went through with you. He's in defensive mode. He's like, oh, shit, she got me fucked up. If she ever try to fuck me up, I'm gonna have to defend myself. I kept hearing him say, defend myself. Now, when I was young and my mom said, I brought you in this world and I'll take you out, never in my mind did I ever think my mom really would take me out. But that's for the love and stuff that she showed me, you know. But that was a thing that mothers used to say back in the day. But
And
these
they
new
still
age
say it
kids,
when you grown.
I want to ask a question.
These new age
I,
kids don't understand. I'm gonna let you ask your question, lady, but let me just finish this. These new age kids, they don't understand that type shit. Maybe it's from the internet, YouTube, whatever. There's a lot of shit going on these days, so they think way
Right.
differently from the way we thought when we was young.
Yeah, because they think when you say it, it's actually gonna happen because they looking at
Right,
all these
right.
kids' parents
Because
killing
there's
them.
a lot of parents kill. Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Yep.
exactly. So yeah, so this you got to take all that into a factor. Now go ahead, lady.
But I said that years ago. He was little then, and he still held
Lady,
on
go
that
ahead.
to now. Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
maybe
lady,
she
what you
stepped
wanted
away.
to
I don't
ask?
know. We can't hear her. Maybe she stepped away.
I'm gonna step
Yeah.
away for a minute. I'll be right back. I gotta run to the bathroom.
Okay.
I don't work. I gotta walk fast to the bathroom.
Lady, I don't know if you can hear me or hear us, but we can't hear you.
Shout out to the
But
chat.
yeah, shout out to the chat. I appreciate all y'all. Share this out. Hit that like button. But yeah, like, and even when my mom hit me when I was young, I never even raised my hand to hit her back. But it's just the respect
Nah,
level that you have
I
for your
would never
parent.
think to put my hands on my mama at
Right,
all, no
right.
matter what it is she did. And my mama was way more aggressive than most. I mean, my mama, I can remember from 13 and up, it just hit different. Like she would slap the shit out of you. You know, my mama would put hands on you. And I made that mistake one time with my child, and then I
Dang. Oh,
realized,
hold on. I gotta put somebody on mute because y'all still going crazy.
um, I realized that, oh shit, I'm doing the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to recognize that behavior, and I had to recognize, what did I get, what did I learn from getting slapped the shit out of? Like,
Nothing.
nothing. I didn't learn shit. So why the fuck am I
For real,
slapping the
not a
shit out of my
damn
kid?
thing.
Why the fuck am I
Yeah.
slapping the shit out of my kid? And as we all know on this panel, the one of the hardest things is that when you a parent of an severely autistic child, it hit way different. And
Mm-hmm.
what the difference that we have to recognize is that I had to train myself to raise an autistic son, but I also had to train my kids how to have an autistic brother.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just a
And I.
one person. And there's things that Antoine can't do. There's, like with the chore thing. Like, yes, did I feel
Mhm.
that it's not, my kids look at things in their own mind because they only got one realm. So it's like, you do the dishes, you sweep the floor, you take out the trash, but Antoine don't have to do shit. They like, why Antoine don't have to do chores? Like, he can't do
And
chores, guys.
I feel a little bit of that too with Shalana's son and his sister.
Mhm.
I could hear how he'd be like, "You take care of her. You worry about her." I feel like he feel like she gave her too much attention and him not enough.
And it's not a, and
And,
it's a hard balance, but it's a balance that has to happen.
right, because she is autistic, and that's what he don't
You're not
understand,
going to stop her
and
from
that's
being
another
autistic,
disconnect. Right,
and
that's
that's something
another
that you have to
disconnect.
put into your children.
And I
Yes,
don't
you have
like.
to explain.
I hate that he feel like that because when Kira grandma was alive, Kira used to always be over there every weekend, holidays. She was with the grandma, so I was with Julian all the time. So she had her grandma that did everything for her because she was the only grandchild. So Julian
Mhm.
didn't get that from his grandparents because they were on
Mhm.
drugs. I ain't gonna even lie,
Mhm.
his grandparents
Mhm.
was on drugs. So she would also buy Julian stuff too. She didn't treat them no different. She
Right.
treated
Right.
Julian like her grandson too. And sometimes we will
Mhm.
go over there and spend a night too. But Julian seen that she had somebody, and all he had was me. Then when my mom
Yeah.
was staying there, my
Mhm.
mom used to be more into him. And Kira used to have problems with her because she would like Kira would do stuff like pick up something and throw it in the room and hit my mom. I didn't know that. My mom used to tell me like, Shalana, can you tell Kira to stop throwing stuff in here at me? Like
Mm.
she was mad because my mom showed Julian more attention
The link is pinned, infamous.
than
It's
her.
pinned.
You know what I'm saying? So I went through this.
Mm-hmm.
So with both of them, I treat them equal. Like if like I said, when I go buy me something, order me clothes, and do whatever for me, I make sure theirs
What's
is
good,
first
guys? Good to
on
see
the list. You know, even now to this day, I don't buy me nothing without buying them something
you. Mm-hmm.
because I know how I feel not to have your parents do nothing for you. I know how I feel to starve. My kids would never starve, even if I had to sell some ass, they ain't gonna starve. You know, I try to give him what I didn't have. And I think that might have been a problem too. They developed a problem too. Cause
And so
now
that
when
that is
I can't tell them no. I never told my kids no when they asked something. Even if I didn't have it, I got it. If it took me
that's
to
a
borrow
problem
it,
with a
I
lot
got
of
it
us.
to 'em.
That's a problem with a lot of us because we always try to give our kids what we didn't have, and so it kind of
Mhm.
hinders them in a certain way. So
In a
it,
certain way.
And man's
yeah,
ruined.
But we
hmm
got to create that balance. We got to create that balance because
we do have to
what
create a
what's
balance.
gonna do? You got to create the balance. And even though you say like I could say the same thing. I treat all my kids the same, but I don't because they all different.
You don't because one may need a little more special attention than the other one, and you're going to give that one that attention they need. One may need this, and you're going to do that for that one. One may need this, you're going to do that for that one, and they're not going to understand because there's no way you can treat them all the same because they all don't have the same needs. Now you can treat them the same to a certain extent, but you cannot just treat them exactly the
What
same. You can.
I'm saying that I don't make a difference between the two.
Mhm.
Because I only have one in each. I don't make a difference. If one gets
Mhm.
something, the other one gets something. If one
Thank
can
you for
go
having
do
me
it,
on the panel. I have
Kira
to
can't
go.
just go do on her own. Julian
Okay,
wanted to
I
go.
appreciate you.
He was in love with
Okay.
Alicia Keys. He been singing Alicia Keys falling since he was 1 year old. Told him when she come to Detroit, Michigan, I'm gonna buy him a ticket. It happened to be his 10th birthday. I went and bought him a ticket. Even though the concert was a month before his birthday, he still got to go see Alicia Keys. When he found out she was pregnant, he had an attitude ever since. He don't even like her no more. He like Beyonce. But at the end of the day, like I said, I always cater to him. Whatever he said he wanted, I bought it. Even now, we have issues because he want me to stop buying him clothes. But I don't see you spending your money on your clothes. So I do have,
Well,
I just
if
gotta
he
have a
won't,
thought.
but you gotta, yeah, you gotta have a talk, and you gotta respect
Gotta have a
what
thought.
his wishes. You gotta respect his wishes too, as well, because if he don't want you buying him clothes, don't buy him clothes no more. I mean, no matter if you don't see him spending money, he's a grown man, like he told you. He said he damn near finna be 30 years old. He's telling you, let me be a man. You gotta listen to
But
what he's
then,
saying. He's saying, let me
you
be
know
a
why
man.
I still do it, Nose? Because when he see me and Kira got stuff like he saying me get a new bed, he's saying that I bought her a new mattress and then bought these TVs and stuff. He was looking like, where is mine? But nigga, you get taxes too. You ain't brought a bag of chips in here for us. But he always gimme, gimme, gimme. But don't like to give back out. Like y'all said that day I made tacos. No. What happened that day, the hamburger was right there, but Kira had refrills the hamburger when I was supposed to cook it. So I couldn't cook it, and he came in with a pizza. What was wrong? Even though I asked him for a slice, it wasn't for me. Give it to your sister. He don't want to do that. He don't like to share his stuff. But when I order pizza, I order me and Kira, we share pizza, and I give him a whole pizza. And I feel he'd be selfish, very selfish.
And he probably does, but stop buying them clothes. Stop doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Let him be a man, like he said. He felt like you too much into his business, he said. There's a few things he said on the live.
I don't be in that boy business. I don't pay attention to nothing that boy do. I just want to make sure he all right when he leave out. Who you with? Because if anything happen, I need to tell the police who you was with. Don't know none of that.
Right.
We don't share locations. I don't know who these people he be going out here hanging with.
Mm-hmm.
And like I tell him, you smoke weed. Don't smoke no weed. The person already got it rolled up. You watch them and you look at their hands because they can have something on their hands and sprinkle it in the weed as they breaking it up. Be careful out here. Don't never leave your drink laying around and you walk away from it. Don't let nobody bump into you. You got a drink in your cup. Pour that shit out because they could be throwing something up in your damn cup.
And
But
those are good things for
he
him to
get
know.
mad
Yeah.
when I tell him that stuff like that. Like you too overprotective. No, I'm just telling you because you're not a street person. You more into books. You're not into the streets. You don't really know what goes on out in the streets. But he not willing
Well,
to listen to nobody. That's his problem. He can learn a
mhm.
lot more if he listens and quit
Yeah,
thinking everybody
I know
trying to attack them and keep him from doing stuff. Cause we
Tauruses
not.
can be real. Tauruses can be
Yeah.
real bullheaded. My mama a Taurus, and I got a son that's a Taurus too, so I know how they can be. Yeah.
And I'm an Aries, so Aries and Taurus really don't get along at all.
What's good, infamous?
Not a whole lot. I just wanted to come up here. I have ADHD, so I kind of lost it right as I was on my way up here. But I'll remember it and I'll let you know.
Yeah, we about to end this thing in 6 minutes though, but yeah,
But like I said on my live, even though me and Lady might having words right now, I'm still listening to what she got to say and how
mhm,
she say I should handle stuff. I listen to y'all. I don't have a problem with listening to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna go back and listen, and I need to, correct my wrongs. Maybe I thought that was the best thing I was doing as a parent. Like I said, I ain't had nobody showing me what I supposed to do as a parent. Because when you
mhm.
over, 9 years old, that shit stopped. So for
You know
me,
what? You
it
know what
stopped.
I say too. You
So
don't know what you don't know
I
unless you
had
see
wait
or
a minute, wait
somebody
a
shows
minute.
you
I
different.
had to raise me and my brothers had to raise ourselves. I left home and my auntie home when I was 14. Then I returned back a year later. And then I left again at 17 and I never looked back. So I basically
And
been
like
out here on my
infamous was
own since
saying,
I was
you don't
17.
know what you. Yeah, and go ahead and say what you were gonna say, infamous.
I said you don't know what you don't know unless you see or somebody shows you different. You just you,
Exactly. Exactly. And when I say you're a product of your environment, that's what I mean. Shout out to the kid. I appreciate you for that super chat.
I had to talk to my daughter too. My daughter's the oldest. I have one girl and three boys, and my daughter's the oldest, and she was the one that was more angry, and you know what I mean. She just didn't, and I had to woman up, a mom up or whatever, and be an adult. And I had to tell her, look, I said, if I knew what I know now, because I had her really young, if I knew what I know now, there's no way that I would have went through what I would have went through, and you wouldn't have went through it either. But I didn't know that back then. But I'm not making excuses. I said, but I want to start to heal it from here, And she told me some things that I didn't want to hear,
Exactly.
that were hurtful, broke my heart. But like in order for her to start to heal, she had to say those things, that had to get it off of her chest,
I had
off
to
of
go through that with
her
my
heart.
mom before she passed because we was, like I said, we was not on good terms. And before she passed, we had our talk. I didn't always regretted her for not believing me that her nephew was molesting me at a young age. She never believed it. And one day we sat down in my living room and my little brother was over there and I was telling the story and I asked my little brother, do he remember that? He told my mama, yeah. So he said he didn't know what happened. All he know is my cousin sent him out the house, and I didn't
Yeah.
ever come out the house.
Yeah,
So
there's
he didn't
generational
really know.
trauma we have to
He was
recognize
younger
too,
than
I
me.
think, as adults too, that sometimes we have generational trauma that we carry that baggage on and we don't realize that we're passing it down to the kids. You know, sometimes we
So
don't
up
realize it
until
until
we
something
had
happens,
that
you
talk,
know?
my mama never believed me because that was the nephew that she took care of and raised when her sister was doing her thing. So that was like a first baby to her before she had my brother. They 8
Right,
years apart. My
right,
cousin 9 years older than me.
right.
And it had been going on for 2 years.
And you got to think too, like I don't know, I'm not making excuses for anything, but like you know, like as an adult, like if you are hearing like maybe something something might be going on, and you don't want to believe it because you know, because you sometimes they're in
Yeah,
denial. They're
she
like,
didn't want to
well,
believe it because she felt it was gonna break her heart. Because
hmm.
she loved my nephew like he was one of her kids. Because
So it
she
was
helped
easier for
raise
her
him.
to just kind of just look the other way
When
and
my
stay
auntie had
away
my
from it.
nephew, had my cousin, she was 16. My mama was 4 years younger than my auntie. So my mama was like 11 years old when her older sister had a baby.
Yeah,
They basically grew up together.
yeah. And we all do it. We
So for
all
me
have
to
times
come and
where we're
say
in
that this
denial.
is
We don't
what
want to
he
face
done to
it,
me,
you know?
my mama didn't believe that. My
Yeah.
grandma wound up taking me a year later because somebody else tried to rape me on my front porch, and my mama didn't care to even come home. And my
Yeah.
neighbors had to threaten her, if you don't come home, we gonna call CPS. And that's when
Hmm.
my mama came home. She was at her motorcycle club. So
Mm.
my grandma said, you not watching her, so I think Shalana should move with me. And my mama left me at her house that same night, and my mama went back to her club, and I stayed with my grandma around the corner from where my
Hmm.
mama lived.
Yeah, see, and sometimes, like I said, it's generational trauma, and we don't even realize it until something comes about, like to that brings that conversation too. You know what I mean? That we
Right.
don't realize it because I had to do a timeline. I remember when I was doing, I had to do a timeline, and you had to do like the first time you smoked a joint, the first time, you know what I mean, like from what age, and do a timeline. And I didn't realize how much shit I had gone through in my life, like how much I was like, wait, I went through this, and I went through a lot of shit in just 1 year itself, you know. And that's when I was able to, I visually could see where some of my trauma was at, you know.
Right.
We thought it was
So
gonna be easy peasy thing. It is not.
imagine going to live with your auntie whose son done that to you,
Yeah. I get
and
what
she
you're saying.
tell you, and she treat and you getting treated bold.
Yeah. So
You
like
know what
there's
I'm saying?
probably
I
some
had to deal
healing
with
for you
that too.
too, Alana, you know what I mean?
So
Whatever,
the only
you know,
thing that would get her off my back
yeah.
is I did everybody chores and I cleaned up the house just to
Yeah.
get her off my back.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
the same way
See,
with my
see,
mom.
and that's not right. You got a lot of untreated trauma.
That
You
was
know
the
what I'm
You
same
saying?
became
way
like
with
the
my
parent
mom.
almost.
Just to get not to get a whooping, I used to have to clean up
Mhm.
the whole house just so
Yeah.
I wouldn't hear my mama fuss or give us a
You took
whooping
on that
because my
caretaker
brothers
role.
and them wasn't
Mhm.
doing it.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
know
didn't.
what? This was a
I don't
good
know. I became
conversation.
the parent for
You know,
you know. I'm not going to
um,
speak on why or what, but I became the parent at a very young age, and I had to learn that they're like, because I like to help people and stuff, and I would stretch myself so thin, and then I realized I through counseling I realized that they're like, you're used to being a caretaker, you got to stop and you got to take care of
Me
yourself.
too.
You know what I mean?
Me
hmm
too.
You
hmm
got to learn how to take care of
and
yourself
I
and,
think
and
that's
heal.
why we're all here. You know, because we all have done things like that at a certain period of time in our life, and we're all here for a reason. So this is a good conversation. I like these type of topics. We even though it started off about you, Sean,
Yeah, I know. I don't care.
but
But I
but
But
got
it
we
something
shows
out
that
of
there's a
it.
been a lot of
I
relations,
got
yeah,
everybody.
something
you
out
know,
of it and I took from it. I could have been, I ain't have to hit the like, I ain't even have to hit the button at all. I think I got the
you didn't,
notification. I
and
said,
I
oh
wanted you
shit, here
really
we
to
go.
just hear. I really just wanted you to hear what we had to say and the advice that other people could give you. I wasn't really even doing this to bash you or nothing like that. I just want you to hear. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
we
From
know
somebody
Lady
else's
was, but
perspective.
hey,
Lady
sometimes
does
you
that
gotta
kicking
take
the
tough
ass kind
love. Shit,
of
I
it can
can't I
come
can't
from a
stop,
person
lady.
that
I
like
can't
you and a
stop,
person
lady.
that don't like you.
Lady's like,
Shit,
hey, listen. She's funny.
Lady making me
All
not
right.
like Leos, and I love me some Leos.
Yeah, because Aries and Leos is compatible, to be honest.
Right.
But sometimes we
Hmm.
need to hear it that way. Sometimes we hear it from everybody else and we don't hear it the same. And sometimes it takes a certain person, you know what I mean, to kind of bring up
But
whatever it may
no,
be.
Lady
It
was
doesn't mean to
dog
have that
walking me.
conversation. You
She
never
was
know.
dog
I
walking
mean, I'm
me.
not saying it is, but I'm just saying it's possible.
She was dog walking me
I
in
know I need
hell.
to kick an ass every once in a while. What?
But I appreciate everybody for coming through, though. I really do.
I'm going to get out of here.